Well, what is going on, gang? I have got a little fixie from the folks at Kizer on the table today, and that is very cool. This is a Tyler Barnes design. This is the Deckhand. It is a sheep's foot in D2, micarta scales, fully removable, by the way, so you can clean them and keep the knife clean. Full tang construction. It's just a neat, little, comfortable, like sort of everyday carry-sized fixed blade. Comes with a very nice Kydex sheath. It's got a nice clip on it, so you can run that through your belt or on your gear if you are, in fact, using it on deck. Now, it is D2. I'm not sure that I would take this out into ocean use. They have painted it, some sort of... That's not DLC. That's just paint. It's very comfortable. It's a 3-finger knife, for me at least. Warnies are excellent. Sheep's foot and warnies are excellent for the kind of work you're going to do on deck. For instance, cutting rope, cutting materials. Not ideal for the sheep's foot's a little better than the warnie for like kitchen use because it's got a little bit of a belly usually, like this one does, and you can get that down on the table, which is nice. It's just a neat knife. This is not going to be a long review. There's not much to review to it. So let's talk about what you do get. You get 2 and a little over 2 1/4 inches of cutting on, if we go back to here, on just about 3 inches of D2. The grip area from right behind there is 3 inches is safe. It's a little bit longer than that, but you're rolling out at that point. So you get 3 inches of grip in the knife overall from tip to tail. 6 1/4 inches. Is that right? Yeah, 6 1/4. Excuse me. It is well balanced. It's got some jimping right where you want it. It's marvelous for draw cuts because you come forward and your finger lands right where you want it to, right? So you can draw cut very nicely. It's a good slicer. I've done some cutting with it. The way that the handle is shaped, it does sit into your hand very nicely, sort of comes up into the palm. If you're doing hard cuts, right, it at least for my hand size, right, it sits in very nicely for long cuts. It does have a sharpening choil, and believe it or not, on a knife this size, maybe not, or at least just a notch instead of this big loop. And the problem, here's what happens with that. Do I have any paper? I do. So you get into your cut, right? Ooh, that's not good. You get into your cut. If you come forward too far, now you're tearing because you're down into this, right? So you kind of have to pay attention. Wow, this thing is not as sharp as I thought. It happens. Right? This is a pass around. It's been beat up a little bit. This particular knife is in D2, as I said. You're just going to want to watch it when you're cutting. You don't want to. I've done this with knives like this that have a choil back here. On the pull cut, you're fine. But if you push forward, like through cardboard, for instance, you tend to push cut down through cardboard. You can end up catching that, and if you do that, then you're not cutting anymore. You're just tearing, or you're hung up. So pay attention. As I said, the sheath is Kydex. It is very nice. It does not have a hole in it to release fluids, which is kind of a bummer, especially considering it's D2, but as long as you're careful, as long as you are careful and keep your knife clean, it shouldn't be a problem. I really do like this clip. It really does sit both in the pocket. You can push this down into your front pocket and it holds on, or you can put it on your belt and it holds on. Retention is good. There's almost no rock and it's not going anywhere. Let me see what I have to compare it against. Well, let's do some size comparisons with some stuff. So there it is against my Nyala, which I doubt is very helpful to you. So let's do something a little more familiar. Here it is against a standard size Mora. Maybe that helps. And then, of course, we'll do it against a folding knife that you'll all be familiar with. Here it is against the bug out. You can see that the deckhand is considerably smaller than a bug out, but it's a lot thicker, obviously, and weighs a lot more. As small EDC fixies go, it's pretty nice. I mean, it really is. Let's weigh it, shall we? I think that it feels hefty. I'll push that up to where you can see it. Without the sheath, the deckhand comes in at 3.7, which is a decent weight, not unusual for both folders and fixed blades. In the sheath, 5 ounces even, so not too bad. The way they've done this clip, you can hang it upside down on gear webbing if you want to, or of course it goes this way. I like that Kizer is making fixed blades. I like this one. I think it is well done. I have another fixie from Kizer also to look at. We'll compare it. Maybe we'll do that next, and we'll keep this out on the table. Anyway, the deckhand is an excellent sort of EDC everyday carry tool. It's nothing fancy. And right now these are coming in at about 50 bucks. So if you're looking for a useful, reliable, well-made, and good materials sort of everyday carry fixed blade, maybe the deckhand is what you're looking for. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate your time. If you have any questions about this or any of my knives, feel free to ask down in the comments below. I'll put a link to this in the description. And remember, take care of yourselves and take care of each other. We'll see you next time.